Alright, what is going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here live in Hong Kong with Lee Judges from AFTV. We got the North London derby coming in a few hours' time. Lee, how's the Hong Kong been? You been enjoying it?
Yeah, it's been very good, very good. Like, it's been a good experience. Like, the whole tour is, it's first time over here in Asia, in Singapore, and now over in Hong Kong. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and we had a good night out last night.
We did, yeah. There's been a video circulating. Robbie wasn't too happy with Glory Tottenham Hotspur being played over.
Didn't he, and he was an Arsenal fan, the bloody barman, but he done that for you guys, so it was a good night. It was good.
I've noticed definitely Arsenal fans since I've been here, since we won that European trophy, there's a bit of humbleness come to the Arsenal fan base. I feel since we've got that European trophy, got extended our European trophy haul over Arsenal to 3. Yeah. How are we feeling about that?
Well, not happy about you winning that, of course, you know what I mean. But it's unbelievable.
One sec. Oh yes.
Oh look, this is
Thank
our.
you. Do you want to take a look at it?
No. It's very nice. It's very good of you, But as you was in the bar yesterday singing Champions of Europe and all that, it's like Crystal Palace saying they're champions of England because they won the FA Cup, know your place.
Okay, we're not champions.
Know your place.
Okay, maybe not champions of Europe, but European champions. That can't be denied.
Well, you're not European champions.
We're European champions.
PSG,
won a European trophy.
I think PSG,
no, they're champions of Europe.
Of champions of Europe, and at the end of the day, the Europa League was a great. Look, well done Spurs for winning it and all that. But the fact isn't matter. You don't want to be in it, do you? And if it's that brilliant, are you as a club defending it this season? If you turned around and said no, it's that big to us.
I'd be proud to defend it, but we just can't.
Why can't you?
Because we're not in it.
You can turn around and say, no, we don't want the Champions League. We want to defend our trophy. But you don't want to because it's not a big fish.
You can say that if you've won it before. I think you don't have a European trophy, you don't have a Champions. If you had a Champions League, I'd hear that.
I don't want to win the Europa League. Do you want to win the Europa League this year?
We can't.
Well,
I would if we win it. If we were in it. When you were in it, you wanted to win it, though. But when you were...
Why wasn't we in it? Because we're better.
But when you were in it, you did want to win it.
Yeah, and there was Champions League teams in it.
I remember when you played Chelsea, you had a parade planned for the day after.
Of course.
So you did want to win it. It was something to be proud of.
You know what I mean? But there are Champions League teams in it then. This is the first season. There's no Champions League dropout teams in it. At the end of the day, it's a trophy. You still got to win it, and you went and done it. And beat a very, very good Man United team. Well done.
Very good. Wait, you reckon you would have won it? You reckon it was easy to win?
I don't think it's easy to win, but I've been very disappointed if we hadn't won that.
Because...
Listen, I said that Tottenham had a very good chance of winning that. It was out of Tottenham and Man United before it even kicked off. Same with Chelsea in the Conference League. I think if Arsenal were in the Conference League or the Europa League without Champions League teams in it, I'd fancy us. But do you know what? I don't want to be in that. One day we might be, but at the moment, it's Champions League and that's what it's all about.
All I'm going to say is it was so easy to win. Why didn't you win the FA Cup? Man United knocked you out of the FA Cup.
Yeah, well, listen, did you win the FA Cup?
But we beat Man United.
In the FA Cup?
Aston Villa beat us in the FA Cup. Aston Villa. I'm just saying.
As you know,
they knocked you out of the FA Cup and we beat them in the final.
As you know, not always the best teams win cups. That's football.
That's true.
But you still got to be the best at that time, which you was in knockout competitions. Look, Arsenal have won FA Cups when we've been nowhere near at our best. But listen, at the end of the day, I do not begrudge Spurs winning the cup. Do I want them to win it? No. But at the end of the day, you won it. Good luck. Yeah.
There was a bit of a debate after we won it, saying who had the better season, Tottenham or Arsenal, last season.
Tottenham, in my opinion, by winning the trophy is great, but in the concept, 22 games to lose 22 games is tough. We were saying that earlier on,
Yeah, I understand that.
My brother's a Spurs fan, turned around and said, forget about all those 22 games. We won the cup, So, listen, I think at the end of the day, probably winning a trophy is the best thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean to say that you're the best team, best club, but
you don't go a parade finishing second, though, do you?
No, you don't. You know
that's
what I mean?
the thing.
You know what I mean? And that's fair enough. And listen, the Europa League, you won the Europa League, great parade and all that. And 17 years of pain, seeing Arsenal win trophy after trophy in that time. Seeing us win titles on your own ground is tough. I understand. I understand the elation of it all, and good luck to you guys. And listen, I've got no no ill feeling towards that. Like, you know what I mean? Just don't do it very often.
So I think we all agreed Spurs had the better season last season. Looking forward to obviously next season. You've just signed Gyökeres. You've going big this window. Gyökeres, Zubamendi, potentially Eze in the pipeline as well. You've just signed that guy from Valencia, Mosquera. Is it time now for Arteta? For you, does he have to win something this year?
Well, I do think that. I think that the pressure's on Arteta this season. I don't think you can deny that. You know, if you spend all that money. Listen, I think if you be really honest about it, look, you know, like Ange won a trophy last season, he's still sacked. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so when you're spending big money and on a striker that I think that, you know, it's cost us over the last couple of seasons. I know, like, you know, I'm not arrogant enough to say Man City are a fantastic team, Liverpool were last season, but we've played 2 seasons now without a real proper number 9. And if we'd have had that, who knows? So I think, like, him getting that gives us an opportunity to win it. Like, you know,
it's all right.
It's in his own world there, like, mate. But but what I'm saying is, that now you've got the missing piece. Been backed in this window as well, like, you know what I mean.
You think Gyökeres is that missing piece? You think he's the striker you're looking for?
Yeah, I do. I think we've genuinely missed a goal scorer. Generally, like, you know. Now, you know, there's not that many of them about. You know, you spent 65 million on Solanke last season. He's not a goal scorer.
It's true, and
he's not a goal scorer, as in he's a good forward.
And you spend similar on Gyökeres, haven't you? So it's, you know, it's
same on Havertz.
And Havertz.
You know what I mean? Like, I know he was a midfield player. Like, same as man with now, with Gyökeres. And with that comes pressure. I don't care what anybody says, and that pressure has got to be handled. And on Arteta, he's got to do the business this season. I don't think, you know, how can you can't not put it down there. Pressure. Got to win.
Do you think you're favourites for the title?
No.
No, you don't think you're favourites?
I think at the moment probably third favourites.
Third, you reckon?
Yeah, Man City and Liverpool. Then probably us.
I agree with that.
But Liverpool were third favourites last year.
Also true.
So favourites don't necessarily always win it. I remember when we won the league in '89, I think we was 16-1 and real outsiders, you know. So I think it'd be interesting this season. I think Liverpool, if you look at it and go like, who's had the better win? If they get who we think they're going to get, that I think puts them in an unbelievable position, strike wise, like, you know what I mean. So
but you know, if Liverpool get Isaac, they've already got Wirtz, they've got Frimpong, Kerkez, they've signed Ekitike as well. They've made serious business. And how many points ahead did they finish last year? About 13. Oh, people are walking in front of us, left, right, and centre here. They finished over 10 points ahead of you, Man City. And you know, I've seen a lot of people write Man City off. But at the end of the day, they did win 4 titles in a row, and last season from January onwards they earned the most points in the Premier League. So you can't, you know, they had a bad first half, but you can't write them off as well. So I agree, like, when it comes to favourites, but you're saying, you know, you're not favourites, but he has to win it. So you're saying he has to overachieve next season, Arteta?
No, you've got to win one of the big ones, haven't you? Like, and that's the Champions League or the Premier League.
You got more shot of the Champions League.
Champions League, I think's tough. You know, look at PSG last season. They're a good side, but again, it's a cup competition. You know what I mean? Anything can happen in cup competitions. Injuries at the right time for when you're playing opposition. You know, and you ain't got to be at your best in cup all season.
We know that.
As you know, like,
we know that.
You've got to be in certain sections of it and all that, like, you know. Listen, when you're playing in the Champions League, as you all know this time around, like, you've got Liverpool in it, you've got Manchester City in it, you've got Barcelona in it. All on their day, all these teams can beat you, but on your day, you can beat them. So with the league, it's a consistent thing. And when I say, like, we're third favourites, you know, there ain't a lot of difference between those three, if I'll be honest. So I think if I'll be really honest, I know I'm going to bring Chelsea into this as well. But they've had a good summer as well as far as transfers. And listen, you know, if Tottenham are champions of Europe, then they're champions of the world. You know what I mean? Like, which we don't like. But that was I didn't really see much of that competition. But to win that, you have to say that's give them their credit for that, right?
Is there a signing, do you think, Arsenal could make that will make you favourites? Is there like a player that you're
that's a great
for?
question. That's a great question. I think Arsenal got very, very good 11. I think if it was to go 11-11 with all of them, I'd say I think the squad has sometimes let Arsenal down. Like, you know, that's a difficult one. What I'm going to say there, probably Eze would be a.
Does that make you favourites if you sign Eze?
I don't know.
Or Rodrigo? Rodrigo make you favourites?
I think maybe Rodrigo might do it because he's like really improving our front three. I don't know.
Do you think there's much difference between where you are and Pochettino's Tottenham? Do you think there's a big, like, do you think they're worlds apart? Do you think you're better than that team? Because at the moment, I was actually looking into this the other day. The average league position of Arteta's Arsenal was lower than Pochettino's Tottenham over 5 years.
Was it really?
It was. Well, if you look at it over 5 years, your average league position under Arteta is 3.4 or 3.7, and Pochettino's Tottenham was 3.4.
I think at the end of it, I think that the difference between the two teams, I think that over that is Harry Kane. I think
he was the difference, wasn't he?
I think he was. I think he's a striker of the highest quality. Can't say that really about Gyökeres, can't say that about Havertz. I think that at the end of the day, listen, you had a song that was singing, you know what I mean? Like, it was on top form. Dele Alli, whatever happened to him, I'll never understand that, was absolute quality for a couple of years.
But the only reason I bring it up is because that was a team when, during that time, that was a team that was, during that time, it was clowned upon by Arsenal fans. You know, obviously, look, I understand banter, you got to try every argument in the book when you're bantering your rivals, but at the time, Arsenal fans would say, great, good team, but you never won anything, right? So, you know, there's nothing to celebrate, and you were winning, you know, a few FA Cups here and there. And now the shoe's on the other foot. We've won a Europa League, and, you know, you haven't won it, you won the FA Cup 5 years ago, but, you know, for 5 years you haven't won a trophy. So where do you stand on that? Like, do you think it's something to be ridiculed being the nearly man?
No, you know what I mean, like what Spurs were doing, you know, at the end of the day never really bothered me. Like, at the end of it, you're looking to go different places and whatever, like, you know what I mean? So I look at it and I think like this. I've been following Arsenal a long while, and it's been a rivalry between Arsenal and Spurs forever, you know, since I've been about. That team is the best team that I've ever seen at Tottenham.
Right.
Ever seen. Back four was brilliant. I've never gone to White Hart Lane back in the time. Do you remember when he beat us 2-0? I think Petr was in goal and he made saves.
Yeah. And you know what? I actually remember, funnily enough, your fan cam from that. It's just a memory of mine, because I remember it was one of the only times you just sat there and said, you know what, they were the better team, and nothing more you could have done.
The better team, outplayed from minute one to minute two. Did that bother me? More than you're not winning, you know what I mean? Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, it was tough. It was tough. You know what I mean? Like, so I always go to Tottenham, and no disrespect to you guys and whatever, and thinking that we've got a chance of winning. For that couple of those few years, I never actually thought what we would. You know, you was going to White Hart Lane thinking, oh, I hope we can get a draw. So this is a very, very good team.
So you don't think it's something to be ridiculed to be compared to Pochettino's Tottenham?
What would you prefer to be, like second in the league or coming fourth from bottom like this season? So imagine if you didn't win that trophy this season.
Yeah, would have been a crisis. Yeah,
and everybody's going to, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you're in a relegation battle, and quite rightly so. Spurs should never be in a relegation battle, by the way, and you should be taking the mickey out of for that. But when you're second in the, we've had. I don't know if you had this when you was at that sort of side. Second, I don't think everybody was singing second again, olé, olé, olé. We had teams like Bournemouth coming along and doing that, and teams like that, you know what I mean, where if they got fourth or fifth in the league, they'd be like, it's the best season they've ever had. You know, Spurs come second a couple of years. Did you enjoy it?
We were having a good time.
Yeah,
We did.
You know what I mean?
Champions League final.
There's nothing better as a fan. I don't care what you're saying. Like, I've had it 5 years when we weren't that great. But I go to White Hart Lane now. I go to Liverpool now. I go to Man United now. I go to Man City now. I go to Aston Villa. Whatever you want to say, thinking that we've got a chance of winning. In those years when we're not as good, yeah, all right, we can get away with something here. Like, so there's a different. Of course, you know what I mean. But I understand at the end of it, teams take the mickey out of Tottenham when he was that good because they wanted to be as good as that.
I guess the argument is when I look back at Pochettino's Tottenham, obviously it was a fantastic team, and we had a great time. But at the end of the day, when history looks back at it, that's all it was. It won't be remembered for anything.
Well, I get that.
And so for Arteta, obviously, you want him to be this special manager, and he's doing a fantastic job. Don't get me wrong, I think Arteta's a great manager, but if you don't win anything significant, how will he be remembered? How will this era be remembered?
And that is it's a great point, and that's what he's got to do. Like, you know, and he's got the opportunity to do it this season and that. But at the end of it, you always have to take it into context as well. Like, we're up against a team, Manchester City, that have been like what they've been. Yeah. Winning titles, trebles, and all that is very, very difficult. Like, same with Tottenham. But I'll tell you this now, like, you know, the team that's won the trophy will go down in history. Right?
Yeah.
How many of those players would get in to that Pochettino side?
Not many.
So they go down as history, but they won't go down as one of the best players to play for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. That's the difference.
Talking about, just quickly on Tottenham, as an Arsenal fan, you know, the Frank Revolution underway. Are you thinking this could be a good thing for Tottenham? You know, after sacking Postecoglou, winning the trophy. First of all, did you think that was the right decision as an Arsenal fan watching on? And what do you think about, you know, Frank taking over? You think we're going to see a new Tottenham next season?
Listen, it's a great question because if you're in the Tottenham boardroom and all that, like, what was the objective, right? What I want is Champions League football and to win a trophy. Didn't tell you how it was meant to be done. So he's done it well. If I'm being really honest, he just didn't really want to change in his ways and all that. Like, and I think if you want to go on, it's probably the best decision. Harsh as it is, it's probably the best decision. Like, you know. So I think Spurs will be a little bit more nous to their game now, like, you know what I mean?
You know, as an Arsenal fan, whenever you came up against Brentford, I know you won a lot of games, but they always gave you a game, don't they, Brentford?
Exactly.
That was the underdogs.
And you had to work for it. I feel with Spurs last season, like, you know what I mean, you play into teams' hands at times. You know what I mean? Like, I look at it and go, right, you come to the Emirates and you go gun ho, right, and see what happens. Any team that comes toe to toe with Arsenal don't come out very, very often as a winner. Play a defensive game and a block and everything, and we find it hard. I think Thomas Frank, which you're going to get to see at Tottenham, will play an expensive game, probably at home, but away from home will change. And I think if Ange would have done that, who knows? I think he'll live to regret it, Ange, that he never really changed his way. So I think that with Tottenham, I think they're going to be a little bit more. And I say it's a horrible word to say about a manager, like, we're going to be a little bit more professional.
I see.
Do you know what I mean? I don't like saying that because that's a bit harsh on him, but you know what I mean. Like, I think when you're playing Chelsea with 9 men,
and you just go for it.
Thomas Frank would sit in there, and you never know, you might nick a 1-0 win and it'd be great. But Spurs have got, where Spurs, you know, and I've got family and I've got like mates as well at Spurs. I think that where you was with the old regime in Conte and all that, like, you went too far with Ange. You've got to come settle somewhere in the middle, and I think Thomas Frank's a perfect person for that.
Do you think Tottenham could be in a race for Champions League next season, top 5, or do you think, you know, we finished 17th last season and we just got to, like, concentrate on, like, getting back in the top half, or do you think we're much better than that?
No, I think much. Look, come on, let's be really honest about it. Tottenham should never be where they are. A team that's in 17th in the league, are they going to anywhere in the league? Are they going to turn around and say, like, are they going to turn around and say that they'd be like favourites for the top 5? No, I think it's a little bit different with Spurs, because they're a bigger club. But Spurs should be like, I think for Spurs, but be honest, forget about you. I think if Spurs will come at 8th, that's a disappointing for Spurs.
Yeah, agreed.
I think Spurs, and you know, that's maybe come in first or second, third, maybe like a bit extreme when you're looking at the teams in front of you. But I think Tottenham should be challenging for Champions League. I do think that they've got a big enough fan base. They've got a big enough. They're bringing in players. You bring in players in 60 million. Is what you're looking at.
You know, bit different budgets to the
different budgets to a lot of other teams. So
but do you think are we good enough? You're looking at our team.
I don't know if you're good enough because. When you've had so many defeats, you know what I mean. Like, so I think that they will be. I think they'll be a challenge. Still got good defenders, goalkeeper. They've still got like good attacking players. And Tottenham, I'll tell you what Tottenham have got. What Arsenal hadn't had last season. They had options.
Yeah.
They had options up front. So you've still got those options.
And Kudus, what do you think? Kudus is a good signing?
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like West Ham don't seem to be happy about it, do they? Like, so, you know what I mean? He's a good player. He's a good player. I can't believe how many people just
they've just whatever. It is what it is. It's our fault for setting up here. But all right, we'll wrap this up. Look, we've got the game later. I'm not even going to give a prediction because I'm a bit worried about the game.
One question. What do you think about it?
The North London derby in Hong Kong. Is it a game's gone moment? North London derby should stay in North London.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that because it's.
Maybe you prefer in South London.
Well, you know, I mean, it could have been in East London if you'd have gone to Stratford. You know what I mean? So, I get it. I get it. But there is that talk, you know, Arsenal, Spurs. But I think money. What we're saying about money talks now in football. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I think if there would have been, there must have been given or offered extremely good money. For both teams to be players.
Oh, for sure. Look, for me, it's a pre-season friendly. I'm not really bothered by it. If they decided to put a Premier League game here, North London derby, then I would have a problem. I'm like, okay, you can't be doing that. No, I'd be doing. But look, pre-season friendly. I understand.
Did you sleep all right last night?
I slept fine. I slept like a baby.
When it's an Arsenal Spurs game, I don't sleep well. I hate Arsenal Spurs games. The week before it's more pressure on it.
The build-up is the worst.
Blah, blah. But so last night, I went to sleep, not worried about it. No one. I let him off because he's an Arsenal fan. Like,
oh, come on, hurry up.
But like, if I'll be honest, listen, I want to win. You know what I mean? A little bit. You want a bit of banter. But at the end of the day, it's probably the best North London derby because there isn't that.
Yeah, nothing riding on it. It doesn't really matter what happens.
Yeah.
I do have that I don't have that same anxiety I usually feel. And look, at the end of the day, I know right now Frank's early in the job. You're ahead of us. You've made big signings. It is what it is. It looks like it's getting very crowded over here, so we're going to have to wrap this up, and more people are walking in front. But Lee, thanks for coming on the channel.
No worries. Big crowd.
Big crowd. People are gathering.
Big crowd.
We'll see you very soon. There's going to be another video on London is Ours, so go check that out and subscribe to that channel as well. We'll see you very soon. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.